So this is a stone desert. You know, now we are arrived to the Mortom, and local people it call the Mortom, and the most it's famous to the more pagoda to the tourist. And the more pagoda located 30 kilometers away from the town, and located on the bank of the Chakmak River. Besides that pagoda, this way you will see the river, and we call it the Chakmak River. Most of the Buddhism remains in Kashgar, located on the bank of that river. It means the people before the Kashgar lived surrounded by this river to settle down in this area, and we call this is a more pagoda, and in this area we call Ancient Kashgar city ruins. So this Buddhist pagoda, it served for monks as Buddhism, and it was built 2nd century. You know, the Kashgar people know we are visiting in the Kashgar, the most Muslim city. But in the 1,000 years before, the Kashgar was not Muslim city. So 1,000 years before, even the Kashgar, all the Kashgar not in the present places. The Kashgar, the people are live here, and during the 10th century, the Kashgar introduced the Islam. Yeah. After this temple remains of the Buddhism, because of the Islam religions couldn't stand other religions. So the most of the very important part of the remains of the Buddhism is destroyed. Only in Kashgar we preserve it. This temple. Okay. Here is all original. Most of the construction in the city they made with the mud brick. I think there's a platform. Before is put in the very, very huge statue of Sakyamuni. On it is a sitting statue. You know, this is 2,000 years before, travelers from China who arrived in Kashgar and who written a book and describe about the Kashgar Buddhism. I said, oh, there's a lot of huge Buddha statue in the city. And never time, because of the Islam, we already 1,000 years, you couldn't see any remains of the Buddhism. Most of the statues destroyed by the Islam followers in 1,000 years. And I'm sure there was a sitting Buddha statue on that platform. You can say the oldest Buddhist temple in China, because the China fully becoming a Buddhism during the 6th century. 6th century during the Tang Dynasty, everyone can believe, and Buddhism becoming a national religion during the Tang Dynasty in China. But in Xinjiang, Buddhism is already started in 1st century and 2nd century. Also appeared many educated high monks in the Xinjiang area. For example, we have one very famous monk who was born in Kucha, far from Kashgar, 750 kilometers away, and we called who is a Komirajwa, and who brought more than 30 disciples with him to the Xi'an. Nowadays, Chang'an to nowadays the Xi'an in Shanxi, and from here at that time it was the capital city of the Han Dynasty, and no Han Dynasty, it's Jin or some Jin Dynasty, something in China, and who bring the more than 30 disciples, all of these people from here, and who worked with the translate to the Buddhist, Sanskrit Buddhist to the translate to Chinese, and they are a missionary work. They do a missionary work and to give to lead some many followers. And this man, it's still he has a followers. He has a disciples in China, even in Japan, and they recognize the Kumirajwa of their master.
That's very interesting.
It's still so this kind of many missionaries to travel to the China to introduce the Buddhism, and through to the 6th century, the China fully understand the Buddhism. So the Buddhism through the China to follow this all the Silk Road to go, and so I'm sure this is the first Buddhist temple in China.
Wow, thank you.
My pleasure.